Jesus Christ. Whoo! Yo, what's good everyone? Thank you for tuning in to today's video. I know it's been a couple of weeks since we last saw each other, and it's been a few weeks since there's been any content on the channel. From the heat wave to me being sick to the lack of pickups has just caused me to have a little bit of an issue having content for you guys. But as you can see from the title, we do have not one, but two of my most recent pickups to review in this video. And I'm honestly super incredibly gassed to be back ready to shoot a brand new video for you guys. So I don't want to make this intro any longer than it needs to be. Sit back, relax, and let's go ahead and dive straight into this review. So as is customary around here on my channel, before we go ahead and actually take a look at the shoes, just like we always do, let's just take a quick look at the packaging. Now, because this is a collaboration, we do actually get a really nice box for the release itself. Now, even though in this review we will be taking a look at two different colorways, the packaging and the actual boxes are exactly the same, so we'll just quickly breeze through it with just this one. Now, with the box itself, you do actually get this maze-like design. I did watch a review of these where one of the reviewers actually mentioned that he tried to make his way out of the maze and he wasn't able to. So I'm not even going to try it, but definitely a really nice design. One of my favourite things about the box is that we do actually have this glossy Nike branding across the front. I'm hoping the lights are maybe going to reflect so you can actually see it. Even, you know, hoping that this is even in focus at this point, but either which way, a really nice design. If we then take a quick look at the label, which reads, we have the Nike Air Max 1 SP in the Sport Spice Coconut Milk colourway, and this is a personal pair as it is a UK size 9. Now, the other box obviously has a different colourway, but the actual label itself, in terms of like the text, the font size, all that good stuff, is exactly the same. So peep that if you are looking to pick these up. Now, another thing that I do want to show you guys before we dive into the shoes is actually the tissue paper. As again, we do have this really nice design on it. Now, this is actually a little bit different with the grey colourway, as we actually have the blue side on the outside and this like maroony brown colour on the inside. Only a slight little difference, but other than that, they are exactly the same. And then if we just peel this back, underneath, here we have the kicks. And honestly, the minute you open up the box, Jesus Christ. So the moment we've all been waiting for, in hand we have the Kasina Air Max 1 in the orange and brown and the grey colourway. I will be honest, it does feel a little bit insane to be having both of these shoes in hand right now, considering how much and for how long I've been waiting to actually get these. Dead gas to have both colorways. I will be honest, I did actually get this one first, so huge shout out to my missus. She was actually able to get me this pair from Sneakers. My luck is my luck, and I just wasn't able to hit as always. I fully expected it. I knew going into it that I wasn't going to be able to get these, but fortunately enough, she was able to. But neither of us were actually able to get this grey colourway, so I did actually have to go to eBay of all places. Even though our relationship isn't the best, I'm dead glad that I'm now actually able to buy through the platform again, so I was able to get these as well. And to be honest, this was probably the more highly sought after pair, but even still, the resale price isn't actually too bad on either of these colourways at the minute. But I do just want to be completely honest, it does actually feel a little bit weird to have both shoes in hand throughout the rest of the video. So to make life a little bit simpler for me, I'm just going to place this one down. But through the B-roll shots, I'll show you all the differences and all the similarities between both colorways. So hopefully by the end of this video, if you are looking to pick up either of the colorways or even both, you'll be able to see and know everything from the materials through to sizing before deciding if this is actually a worthwhile pickup for you as well. And a quick spoiler alert, these are definitely worth the pickup. So just diving straight into this one, starting out with the upper to begin with, and from a material perspective, I will be honest, both of these shoes just use exactly the same materials. The only real differences are actually the colour differences, which you will be able to see. So if we start from the front of the shoe to begin with and then gradually work our way back. Now at the base of the shoe, on both shoes, we do get this really nice premium tumbled leather. And then around the toe box on the mudguard, we have again more premium materials with this long haired suede. This is where some of the differences do start to show immediately, as with this orange and brown colourway, we do have this split mudguard. So around the forefoot of the shoe, we do have this really nice orange colour, and then towards the back end, we then have a really nice brown in there instead. But with the grey colourway, it is just your solid grey mudguard right the way throughout. Another one of my favourite features on the actual mudguard of both of these shoes is that on the lateral side, we do actually have these little Nike swooshes, which actually do lead into a flower, which I personally thought was a really nice touch. Now in the quarter midfoot panel, we do have this almost pony hair or fox fur or whatever the hell it is, it's almost like pony hair, so that's how I'm going to describe it. Now with the orange colourway, it's done in this turquoise blue or even maybe light green colour, whereas again with the grey colourway, it's a slightly more refined look with the all grey pony hair on there instead. And then slap bang in the middle of the midfoot for both of these shoes on the lateral side, we do have this really nice premium genuine leather Nike swoosh. Again, really surprised by the fact they've used genuine leather on the swooshes, but I'm definitely not complaining. And then as we work our way onto the medial side, again for both of these shoes we do have alternating colours, as with the orange colourway it's done in like this maroony brown colour to match the toe box, and with the grey colourway it's done in that really nice blue again to match what we saw on the toe box, so tying itself in together really nicely. From there we then work our way onto the ankle collar, starting with the top eye stay. We do see more premium touches with the suede around the top eye stay, as well as that long haired suede on the ankle collar again. From there we then work our way onto the heel of the shoe. We do have more really nice leather wrapping its way around the heel for both of these colorways, and then on the heel of each shoe we do have the one ang duck. Now the one ang duck that we do actually see on the back of both of these shoes, and you will also be seeing it later on in the review in other areas as well, is actually the key inspiration behind both of these colorways. Now for me to fully understand it and get a better understanding of both Kasina as well as the design and the inspiration for this shoe, I consulted Mr. Korea himself, Sneaker Ajossi, and when he broke it down, the whole backstory and everything that I needed to know to share with you guys, I was completely sold. And as soon as he started to tell me all about it, I just thought it was a really interesting concept for this shoe. Now, for those of you that don't know, the one ang duck is predominantly or traditionally given as a wedding gift in Korean wedding ceremonies, and they are pretty much based off the Mandarin duck, if I'm understanding that correctly. The reason they choose the Mandarin duck as a wedding gift is it's believed that they actually do mate for life, unlike other ducks, so shout out to my bachelor ducks out there. Now that in itself definitely made me really want to get these. Me and my missus are about to celebrate our 10-year anniversary, and I just felt like, you know, being better together and being made to be together was honestly a really great concept that I could get behind. But I think the really thing that sold me about it is that with these one ang ducks, if you and your missus or you and your husband or you and your partner are actually arguing and you have them, you can actually face them away from one another to let them know that, you know, you're beefing basically. And I just thought that was really funny, and that was definitely, you know, it might sound bizarre, but it really sold this to me. So I very well might hold off actually wearing these until my 10th anniversary with her to kind of make it feel even more special. But again, another really interesting fact about the shoe you probably didn't need to know, but at least now you do. But with that incredibly long tangent out of the way, just continuing on with the rest of this review. Now underneath the laces we do have this really nice soft felt-like material. As we then work our way onto the laces, starting at the very bottom with the lace debris, which are actually made out of wood, which I thought was definitely a really good touch for this shoe. Now they are the same on both of the colorways, so on the right foot we do have in Korean Kasina, and on the left foot we do get that Nike swoosh. Now the laces themselves, to be honest, I'm not in love with the laces. They're slightly too long in my opinion, but again, I do believe that's something that's really popular in Korean culture, to have really long laces, so it's not a massive giveaway, but if there was any drawback about the shoe, that would be it, and that is very much nitpicking. The colour itself is actually really nice, as they're actually done in like a really nice pre-aged sail colour, or maybe even like an off-white or eggshell. Definitely works well for both of these shoes. Both of the laces are exactly the same, and with both shoes you don't get any additional laces, so if you want to swap it out, feel free to do so, but I think for me, I'm just going to leave it as is. But if we then just continue to work our way even further up the shoe to the top of the tongue, again we do see more of that Kasina branding in Korean at the top of the tongue itself, and we do also have a little bit of exposed foam on there as well. Now to add an even more premium feel to this shoe, on the inside we do have a really nice pre-aged or even sail coloured leather sock liner. Kind of reminds me of what we got with the Air Max 90 Bacons. Some people probably won't like it because it's maybe not as soft to the touch as maybe nylon is, or the pretty, you know, typical sock liner. But I think just for a premium aesthetic, it just looks absolutely incredible, and I just think it adds a really nice premium touch. And then even further inside the shoe, on the insole, we do have this cork-like design for the insole itself. Cork-like because it's not actually cork material, but the overall design is there. And again, we do have that Kasina branding along with the one ang duck. The duck is the exact same on both of the insoles as well. When it comes to the midsole, it's just your pretty typical polyurethane midsole with that visible air unit in there towards the heel as well. And the star of the show, as we actually work our way underfoot, we do get that incredibly cool looking semi-translucent icy outsole. Again, we do see that one ang duck featured with the Nike Air branding. It is a little bit different from both of the colorways, but I think the overall look, design, and everything about it is a straight 10 out of 10. Now, when it does come to the sizing for this one, I would definitely say that this fits exactly the same as every one of my other Air Max 1s, so I would just suggest you just go with your natural true to size fit in what you would normally wear. If you've never owned a pair of these before, I would highly suggest you try a pair before buying, even if it's not this one, just any other Air Max 1 to understand the best sizing for you. But if that's not a possibility, just go with your natural true to size fit in whatever you would normally wear in Air Maxes, and I do think that that'll be your best bet. And then when it does come to the comfort for these, they're not incredibly comfortable like an Ultra Boost or a Yeezy or anything like that, but for all day standard wear, you definitely can't go wrong with these. They're not incredibly comfortable or incredibly uncomfortable, just somewhere there in the middle, so kind of do with that what you will. And then outside of that, we've covered everything that you need to know from materials through to sizing. So if we now just go ahead and wrap up this video. So just to wrap up this video, in terms of my overall opinion on the shoe itself, to give these a rating, I'm sure you saw it coming, but for me, both of these shoes are a solid 10 out of 10. There's literally nothing I could think of that they could have done better with this release. From the materials you've used, the backstory, the promo, everything about it is just a solid 10 out of 10 for me. Maybe everyone's not going to be feeling it as much as I am, but this is definitely a very strong contender for one of my favourite shoe releases of the year. It's currently neck and neck with the Concepts pack, but I think pound for pound, these are definitely holding their own, and I'm just absolutely in love with both of these shoes. I do think that the backstory does hold a lot of weight for me, and I do feel like it hits close to home, so definitely is something that I really can appreciate about the shoes. And to kind of address the elephant in the room, you may have felt it throughout the review, but I would definitely say that that orangey brown colourway is my personal favourite of the two. I do know that the grey colourway is slightly more sought after. Maybe it's just easier to wear, but there's something about this orange and brown colourway that it's absolutely incredible to me, so had to have them both. Very glad to have them in the collection, but I would love to get your guys' opinion on it as well. So do let me know what you think of my rating, do let me know what you think of these shoes, and do let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if you have stuck around to this point in the video, I just want to say a massive thank you. If you haven't already, please feel free to smash that subscribe button. Also, do make sure the bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video, and I hope to see you all again in the next one.